So this morning I woke up to a post on the MSDP Facebook page from a man named Ignacio Lois, and he had a feature request for us. Ignacio said, "Since I'm using the platform to process live guitar, I'd find a direct out module very useful. A module that outputs the signal just as it is." Now, I actually have a number of ways in MSDP that I like to bring in signals unprocessed, but I thought a lot about this request and I decided that it would be a really neat feature to add in as its own module. So as you can see in the video in front of you, I've created a new module for the 1.0.5a release that I call the Signal In Control. Now we've already got it set up, so you should see on the screen in front of you that I have a nice little display for the microphone that's coming into the module, and that's going straight out to the master out. Now a signal that comes into this module will not be modified whatsoever, although it can be passed on to another effect that does not need to go out to the master out. This also doesn't have to take in just an input instrument. It can also take in a synthesizer instrument or a signal from any of the effects, any of the buffer effects, any of the tools, and you can see the waveform from that as well. So I'll show you how you can pull this up to use in your own projects. With a new board, I will go to the very last section, Tools, and you'll see the first item in there is Signal In Control. We have just a couple of options for this module. It is very straightforward. First, you want to select whether the input signal is mono or stereo. So the difference is that no matter what you choose, you'll get a stereo output, but if you choose mono, the single mono signal will be sent out of both outputs, whereas the stereo signal will make sure that your left signal goes out to the left and your right signal goes out to the right. Now the other options we have in front of us are for the viewer. We can change the buffer size for the signal coming into the viewer before it goes out, and then this option down here, samples per pixels, allows us to actually display more or less samples per pixel, which will make the display look slower or faster, but it changes the amount of data that we get per view. So I really like these smaller numbers. It gives us a very good sort of in detail image of exactly what's going on at the exact second that we get the signal. Although if we increase the buffer size and increase the samples per pixel, we'll get a sort of a scaled back, larger scale view of the signal that we're seeing. So that's it. All you need to do to bring your instrument in is to choose mic 1 or mic 2 or mic 3, 4, 5, 6 if you have more inputs, and that will take in your live signal. Then it's just a matter of setting the master out as one of your outputs to get that signal out unprocessed. So to end this demonstration, I thought I would just show you how the display can be nice just to see, just to visualize other processes within Music SDP. So I have a nice additive synthesizer set up with a really cool arpeggiator going on, and as I end this video, we'll see how the waveform display shows what's happening in the arpeggiator. We'll also get to hear that coming out of the master out, again, without any additional processes. So thank you, Ignacio, for requesting this feature. It was a lot of fun and very easy to implement. It's not always going to be nearly this easy, but it's great when it is. And I think that a lot of people will appreciate having this feature in the software. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time.